came about.
All right, so then in 1971, after we had lived there a couple years, that's when Daddy had his heart attack
Yeah.
and died on
Yeah.
October the 24th
Yep.
of 71. And he was
1971.
43.
Yeah.
And so then you were found, or then at that point you were a single mother
Yep.
raising 4 kids.
Yeah.
Because Dennis and Tim were still home,
Yep.
Deborah,
Uh-huh.
and myself.
Yeah.
And then I guess then Dennis went and got married.
Dennis met
Married
Gail.
Gail.
Married Gail. Yeah. He didn't graduate, so yeah. And then Tim graduated.
And he moved into an apartment for a while.
Yeah, very little.
And then Deborah married Philip.
Yeah.
And it was just you and me
Uh-huh.
in the house
Uh-huh.
for a while. So then, and that was probably 73 or something like that, 74. So then you are diagnosed with breast
I
cancer.
think that was in 74.
74?
I think.
So what was that experience like when you found a mass
Yeah. Dr.
yourself?
Hunt. I found it and I went to Dr. Hunt.
Okay.
And he said, this is not good. It doesn't move. And so he sent me to Dr. Bobo.
Okay. And Dr. Bobo was in what, Conyers?
No, he was in Decatur.
Decatur? And so you went to Dr. Bobo, and how did what?
Well, he tried to draw fluid. It would not draw fluid. So he said, "This is you come in tomorrow morning. You need a quick attention." So that's when
And what happened?
I operated on, and I had chemotherapy for 2 years. So that was that.
And what was that like?
Running back and forth to the hospital every.
So you didn't have a lot of side effects or anything like that?
None. I didn't have any.
And so how did you?
I worked.
I know.
Work.
That's what I'm saying. After Daddy died, and you had
Well,
me to raise.
Yeah, after 2 years, I went over and applied at Sears. And I got the job, and of course, I worked for $2 an hour. And I had like maybe 3 hours a week to begin with. So it was not a paying job at the time, but it was good because I could leave you. And I didn't have to pay for, babysitting. So that was good because you were in school. And I could work those hours. And then, and I wouldn't have to, I'd be home by the time you got home. So that worked out pretty good. I think that's the main reason I stayed there, and I'm so glad I did, because I could never have gone downtown for a job and worry that I couldn't get home to you. So I didn't have to do that over there. I could be home in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And so that's where I went. And whoever thought I'd have enough money to have a little bit coming in when I retired. I'm making $2 an hour for 5 years, Who would even assume you could
accumulate
any money?
Income.
Yeah. So, anyhow, that worked out good. Of course, staying there 20 years didn't hurt, but still, my God. At one time, it was a joke around work that, boy, I'll be getting 50 cents an hour, a month on my retirement. And all of a sudden, when it came, I had, $46,000.
So, I guess it was in probably 75 or 76. Well, Dennis and Gail had married, and they lived.
They married 5 years. Right?
Yeah, they stayed married 5 years. They were in that trailer out off of not Memorial Drive, Stone Mountain Freeway. But then the house that what were their names? What were their names? The behind us.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember their names. Anyway, that house came up for sale.
Yeah.
And Dennis and Gail moved in there.
Yeah.
And were neighbors there until they divorced.
Yeah.
What I'm leading up to is grandchildren. I mean,
and then Kathy and
then Kathy and Dennis. So then Kathy and Dennis were married, and they moved into that house, and they had Catherine. Mm-hmm. But in the meantime, Robert had already had Leanne.
Yeah, yeah.
So
there's 5 years difference between those kids. Now Catherine and Lauren, how many years is between them? Not many.
No.
But isn't there a few between Lindsay and Lauren?
I think probably 2 or 3. Yeah.
3, yeah.
So tell me your memories of Leanne.
Oh, well, you can say that too. You know, she was a good child. She liked to come over because she liked to be the only child. Yeah. God, she's a trip. Yeah.
She loved to come over and spend the night.
Spend the night and walk around in the high heels and jog through the whole house. Yeah.
And then Catherine.
Yeah.
She had a trail.
She was nice.
She had a trail between her house and your house.
Yeah. Do you have any milk? God knows. I can't like that. I can't like that. I know. It was okra, that she was trying to eat. I can't. I said, "What, Catherine?" Because I kept a high chair over there for her. Put her up in there. Here, eat some of this. No. She didn't even try it.
Right.
I can't like that. I broke up. I tore me up.
What was it that Buck said at the dinner table?
He said, "Daddy, is this our cow or is this our pig?" He's eating some meat. Is this our cow?
Bobby had killed a cow.
Mm-hmm. Is this our cow or is this our pig? Oh, that's good. All right.